Welcome back to another 30 minutes where I will reduce my own sanity to accomplish goals no one has and to prove stuff no one cares about. And we have to start with a little consideration. Up to now, our challenge runs mostly focused on limiting items, skills or game mechanics. Like hell, we finished the game without ever opening the game menu. And that one in particular is still my favorite challenge run. And there is one side which was barely touched. At least, up to now. The playable characters. Of course we have only 4 main characters, but what if I wanted to finish the game as the girl? A little child against gods. The base plot of almost all JRPGs. And that's why we are here today! Welcome! I'm Frapollo94 and I'm ready to show if the girl is able to accomplish all the endings in Fear and Hunger! Let's start with the rules, and most importantly, with the main rule of the challenge. Only the girl in the main party. And you may ask, how do you do that? We're gonna think about it in a second, okay? Second, we have to try to get all the endings of the game, and in particular, in the last challenges, I actually allowed myself to use bugs and glitches to skip certain bosses. Today, we will not be generous. I cannot skip bosses required for the endings. Cannot use the torch skip on Sylvian, cannot skip the new gods, nothing. We have to do all the bosses required for each ending. I am also gonna ban some of the most brain-dead bugs existing. I am talking about infinite lucky coins in the thicket, infinite chest reopenable in the thicket. Okay, I see a pattern in here. As a special rule, we are not gonna allow ourselves to use empty scrolls, because, I mean, the girl is not able to write. Does she even know how to write, actually? Last but not least, we are gonna ban the debug spots, which in case you don't know, are leftover from development. Tiles where we can collect infinite items, infinite party members, etc. So, with these rules, it's time to start our run with the girl. Oh, right. The girl is not a main character. So, I could spend a couple of hours coding the girl as one of the main characters, actually. It's not that difficult, but I am also very lazy. Which is why we are gonna cook! No mods, nothing. We are doing this in the hard way. For the occasion though, I have to disable the debug spots rule, but no worries, we will not get any benefits from it. Are you ready? Start your run with Kahara, never loot anything, never fight anything, and go all the way up to the Cave Dweller village. Take the cube, then go down into the infested mines, reach level 7, enter Mahabre. But before opening the door, let's go on the little staircase before Legarde and touch it. Reach the city and navigate all the way to the Temple of Torment. Here, position yourself in the past in this exact place and click. Congratulations, you just destroyed your run forever. This style in particular gives you some party members, some items, including an equipable penance armor. But then there are 2 important secret things it does. If you were playing in Fear and Hunger difficulty, no. Now you're playing on Terror and Starvation difficulty. And the second important thing, and the thing for which I took this debug spot, it considers your main character as the marriage. This, in the practice, makes it so that basically, whenever there is an event where your main character does something, the marriage will appear instead. But with this, we can trigger a very special interaction of the game. Enter into a battle with the Lord of Flies, and just try to wait a couple of turns. Once the coin flip attack hits you, you will of course trigger the death cutscene. As you know, this death cutscene puts your main character in a cage that you can escape from if you have lockpicking, a small key, or a red vial. But as you escape, you may notice something peculiar. So, I do not want to go too deep in the mechanics, but basically, when there is a death cutscene, the game removes all the party members from your party except the main character. But the game thinks the main character is the marriage, and the marriage is not in the party. So, everyone gets removed and no one remains. That's why now you can see missing Gno of Fear and Hunger. In this situation, we're also kinda immortal. If you accidentally trigger a battle while you have no party members, the battle starts, it tells you are defeated, but nothing happens, so we can go around for free. Also, I should mention we lost Forever Dash. Long story short, dash only works if the main character is in the party and has dash. In fact, before, when we took the debug spot, you can see we stopped dashing after exiting from the temple, because the marriage is not in the party. But anyways, go all the way back to the starting entrance, and use lockpicking of Kahara to open the cage. Yes, we still have access to lockpicking. After all these 20 minutes of nothing, we can finally start the run with only the girl. I mean, yeah, she has 1 HP and... no worries, because after you eat something and wait a little bit, we now have back 100% max HP, even though we start at 1, because the girl is technically dead from the battle against the Lord of Flies. Whatever. It's fine. Listen, I know the situation may seem confusing, okay? But try to take some more copium, surely it will help. Now we can officially start our girl-only run, and while we go around for the majority of the dungeon and start looting everywhere, trying to skip all the battles, because all the battles for now are certain death, let me explain to you the most important problems with the girl right now. First of all, we have lower attack. Main characters have 30 attack, Ragnavaldr 40, Marriage 50, Abominable 70, Ghosts and Skeleton 16, and in the end we have the fantastic girl with a grand total of 5 base attack, baby! Which means, without a weapon, our physical damage will be 0. Wait, without a weapon? Limited armor and weapon. As you may know, our armor choice with the girl is limited, and the incredible amount of weapons is 3. 3 total weapons we can use, of which one is the cursed version of the other, so technically 2 weapons the girl can use. And because we are in Terror and Starvation difficulty, these weapons are gonna be mostly useless in the early game. But Frapollo, just use spells! And this leads us to the next problem. Cannot get skills from the Hexen. You have no idea how many people under my character tier list video told me that the girl should be higher tier because she's a good magic user, not realizing that everyone in the party, which is not the main character, cannot use the Hexen. The only way to teach them spells is through scrolls. It isn't an exclusive ability of the girl, even though that would be cool and unique. Actually, that would be very cool. Imagine if character like Ragnavaldr or Darcy weren't able to learn spells, and only Enki and the girl, for example. What are you saying? That would be terrible. Maybe you are actually right. Except for a couple of scrolls, the majority of them are obtained through RNG, and I could stay here and save scam my way out of the problems, getting all the possible scrolls immediately, but we have been relying too much on save scamming in the last challenges, so you know what? Let's try to have fun, and let's see what we can do before relying on that. And now, because we only have the girl in our party, there are 2 more problems. First of all, no run skill. The chance of escaping from battles with the run skill depends from the opponent. It is usually at least 50%, and in a lot of situations is way higher than that. But since we don't have a run, we have to use the battle menu run, and with the current conditions, it's always a 50%. There is a way to make it become a 100% chance, but only later on. The other problem is no talk. We don't have the talk skill with the girl. We cannot do the talk interactions. Yes, we will have to deal with the full power Francois. And that's it for the problems, right? There is nothing more. Oh no, actually, there is one last problem. Coin flip attacks. To dodge them, you should guard with the main character. But we have no main character in the party! So you know what happens now? We either kill the problematic body parts, or we pray to Olmir. Okay, I'm sorry if I spent already 9 minutes talking about gibberish, but it was really important. No, actually, screw you. It's a girl-only run. I have to explain stuff. In the meantime, we already looted some stuff. What we have to do now is to go to the backyard and take the dagger. Oh, Ragnavaldr attempts to murder a child. What a merciless killer. Go for the dagger. And you know what? This flavor text is technically referred to Kahara. But technically, since now Kahara is not here, it's applied to the girl. So, Legard taught her how to fight. Oh, so cute. After this, go back once again, all the way down to the Cave Dweller village, and actually try to fight the Yellow Mages. We have a chance to get the scroll which teaches us Black Orb. And there are 2 Yellow Mages. Do you think I was lucky and I got the scroll? You never watched me playing. We of course got copium powder and nothing else. Not a problem, we came primarily here to take the soulstone and then go back to Bachman, use it to get a lesser soul, and now it's time to teach ourselves Blood Portal. But Frapollo, didn't you say that the Hexen doesn't teach anything to the girl? Yes, but Blood Portal and a few other skills, like lockpicking you saw before, are special, and are gonna work even if the character that possesses them is not in the party, so just go all the way to the Hexen and it's gonna be Oh, we need a purifying talisman to open these. We need to kill the priests, but we found an explosive vial on the way. With this, we should be lucky enough to kill them both. And we redo it all over again! This time, we randomly obtained a Purifying Talisman, which means now we're gonna go to the Hexen, but not for Blood Portal, we're gonna curse our dagger. Welcome to our endgame weapon, the Cursed Dagger. With an incredible 40 attack, which equals to around 140 damage per hit, we're gonna kill the priests and get a second soulstone for actually taking Blood Portal. Even though here I'm a little embarrassed. You know, I made a video on useless things where I said that the left priest is the one responsible for the coin flip attack. And now I just used that strategy, because we cannot guard coin flips, so killing the priest is better, and yeah, if you ever want to do a challenge run with the girl, then that fact becomes useful! Hip hip hooray! Since we are gonna do a lot of backtracking, let's set up all the blood portals in the dungeon. Except the one in level 7, because I forgot the small key on the table. After all of this, we can finally go to Mahabre and start looting. From the first bookshelf we get an empty scroll, which we cannot use it. Whatever, not that big of a deal. Let's start looting around. Okay, the game is blatantly listening to me and is laughing its freaking ass off. Reach the Tower of the Endless, and now we have another blood portal and an infinite save spot. In this bed, in the present, you can freely save in this moment without having to care about anything. At this point I think I started going to the Grand Library, and on the way, on a scroll shelf, I found Scroll of Church of Healing. That teaches Healing Whispers, which is not as good as Loving Whispers, but better than nothing. Having a way to heal which does not depend from items is still a fantastic Sorry, can I see a replay? Again. Again. Again! Ah, okay, I saw correctly. What the hell are you doing to this run? Whatever, let's just try to relax. And 50! You're wondering what? 50 silver coins, of course. I've been waiting for this for a very long time. With 50 silver coins, we can finally go back to the first level and buy the maps from Isaiah. Actually, let's kill Isaiah. I mean, we are strong right now. It may not be the most sexy way, but in this way we can keep the money to buy more healing items. Using the maps obtained from its corpse, you can collect Scroll of Transmutation and Scroll of Walk on Water. Walk on Water fortunately works even if the girl possesses it, so now teach her Walk on Water and let's go to the secret hideout of Nosramus. And say hello to our endgame. Combustion! Oh boy, the ultima weapon of this game, if I may say so. Combustion deals around 400 damage with also a chance to burn the opponent, and all of these for the cost of 0 mind. Yeah, you heard me right, and it's only slightly less accurate than a normal attack. Basically what I'm saying is, if you need damage, use Combustion. If you need consistency, use your normal attack. But even if we have Combustion, I would love to have a chance to get either Loving Whispers or maybe Steel. So we're gonna complete the Mahabre puzzle in the Tomb of the Gods, because in here it's full of scroll shelves. In case you don't know, the difference between bookshelves and scroll shelves is that on the bookshelves you have a chance to find the scrolls. In here you can only find scrolls. There are a lot of powerful skills we can get. Come on, give me your best shot! I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I may actually use this. My brain, after doing the Enki Needleworm only, my brain is melting. Oh. And after looting all these shelves, this is my prize. A lot of skills I cannot use, and Needleworm. Despite the bad luck, I think it's by this point of the run that I wanted to try to test my damage against a new god. And who is better to start than Ron Chambara? The reason we start with Chambara is because if you're able to defeat him and the White Angel, we can collect the White Angel Soul, which means double turns in all battles, which means ecstasy. How hard can it be after all? Still a little bit, you know? But no worries, I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve. The first one is to also loot the Grand Library, and the result was trash. Look at my collection of empty scrolls that I cannot use because of my stupid rules. But then there is a Scroll of Thievery, which may actually be very useful here. Plan A, steal the Skull of Fencing from Izai. Oh wait, Izai is dead. Plan B, steal the Skull of Fencing from the Gaunt Knight. In case you're wondering, you cannot escape with battle menu from the Gaunt Knight. Plan C, to prepare for the battle against the Gaunt Knight, we are gonna need all the New God souls. How do we get those without killing the New Gods? Of course, by killing the main characters. If you kill a main character and use a soulstone on him, you're gonna get the respective New God souls. Starting from Ragnvaldr, killing him is very easy, just use an explosive vial, in that way you kill both the legs, then the head is uncovered and you can just very easily land a physical attack. Let's redo it. Okay, now it worked. Then, kill Enki. It's even easier than Ragnvaldr. He doesn't have legs. And last but not least, we need the Kahara soul from the prisons. Wait. I started the run with Kahara. Plan D. Kill the Old Knight very slowly by using a combustion and then escaping for the next 2 turns because we do not want to risk the Spectre Knight to kill us. And after you do that, loot Nosramu's hideout hoping for a green vial. Oh, look. A green vial! Finally the things are going according to plan! Oh, and also there is an Alchemilla Volume 2, so we may craft the green vials if we want to. Why green vial? It's very simple, because green plus orange equals brown vial, which is one of the best items of the game. It gives us an extra turn, and then 5 turns of extra evasion and extra attack, but we only care about the extra turn. With this, plus the Iron Mask and the Salmon Snake Soul, we can finally go back to the Skin Granny. And the strategy is very simple. First turn, brown vial on yourself, and then poison the Skin Granny, and after that, guard, until the poison consumes that stupid old granny. There is another funny thing in here, honestly. Nilvan is speaking literally directly to the girl in this run, because there is no one else to speak to. Imagine how weird of a conversation that must be. Like, Nilvan is literally asking the girl to go in the Altar of Darkness to become the God of Fear and Hunger. Interesting. At this point we have the Tormented Soul, the Enlightened Soul, and the Endless Soul. With all these souls we can start the fight against the nameless figurine in front of the Golden Temple in the present. I mean, battle. You already know I despise the nameless figurine battle. It's so boring and blatant, doesn't have anything interesting going on. You just wait. But I think at this point you may start to be wondering, why did we do all of this? How is this gonna help me defeating the Gaunt Knight? It's very simple. Cut the organ in the Golden Temple in the present, and while you're here also take the King Passage key for later, but most importantly, we did cut off that organ. That organ is special. It is related to a little side quest of the game, let's say. When that specific organ is killed, the butterfly in the backyard will disappear, leaving behind the butterfly soul. This butterfly soul does one thing and one thing only. It gives you an extra 50% evasion. And no, relax, evasion in this game is stupidly weird, because a lot of the enemy attacks are not physical, therefore evasion is not considered. But in the Gaunt Knight case specifically, the attack he does called attack is physical. So if we combine the 50% evasion from the soul plus 50% evasion from the defense stance, we reach 100% evasion. Therefore, we can completely dodge the attack which cuts off our limbs from the Gaunt Knight. If anything, this explains to you the most important factor in this run. Since our armor and weapon will mostly not change, the only thing we can really do to prepare for battles is the accessory slot. And despite how situational 100% evasion is, in this case, it's that situation. And honestly, it feels so good defeating this stupid bastard after we went over 4 different plans to kill him. With all that we just did, we now finally have the Scroll of Fencing in our hands. With this, we can teach us Fast Attack, which is gonna give us an extra turn for the battle against Chambara. Needless to say, it goes much better this time. Having access to double the turns, we can quickly apply poison and burn on the torso in the first phase. And in case you don't know, they do get transposed to phase 2 immediately once you reach it. So we can just idle the whole fight, constantly keeping our life at maximum while we wait for the health of Chambara to go to 1. And here it's time for our little spicy tech. So, you know, in this phase, if you don't jam the wheels, it's very difficult to hit Chambara himself. Except if you use magical attacks. And I am sorry to break your dreams, but Combustion is not magical, it's considered a physical attack in the game code. Which magical attacks do we have? Yes, that's it. The best, worst skill in the game. Needleworm. Imagine being an old god. A little girl comes into your domain, and she starts throwing some weird poisonous stuff and some flames at you, and in the end she takes a worm from the corner and puts it on you, and you die. Imagine how weird that must feel for Chambara. And talking about weird stuff, I mean, the White Angel fight is, even though that's White Angel's fault, I mean, he's the one walking around with his weak spot literally there. Regardless, using a Soulstone, we finally have access to the White Angel Soul. 20 agility, which means Battle Menu Run now is 100% escape, and we have an extra turn against almost all the enemies of the dungeon. Since we already killed 2 of the new gods and the situation is pretty good, honestly, let's fight the Crow Mauler to have some fun. And do you want to have even more fun? Peck is a physical attack, so if we reach 100% evasion, we can dodge Peck. We are literally making fun of the Crow Mauler. Even a little girl is able to completely obliterate him very, very easily. And with that, both Ser Cyril and his brother Rudimer are dead. 1 minute of silence. No, wait, 1 minute. We're already at 20 minutes of video! Let's continue! Vaultell time! We were not lucky at all, because we did not get the passages of Mahabre. With that, we would have gotten the Jinga Zakabuto and Eastern Silk Robes in the Collapsed Mines. That armor offers incredible protection for this battle, and this battle specifically. But we still have the High Priest Robe obtained from Enki. You know, before starting this challenge, I was actually kinda sad that the girl has limited armors. But while I'm playing, I'm having a moment of re-evaluation, let's say. Even if the weapon choice is terrible and I cannot use shields, the armors are basically the same as Enki. Not bad. Not bad at all. Or maybe it's Enki that sucks. Oh, sorry, I was talking. We were fighting Vaultell, right? Oh. That was anticlimactic. Now that the 3 new gods are defeated, and we already defeated the Nameless Figurine, it's time to go for Francois. The only opponent blocking us from reaching the Void, the Plane of Ascension, the end of the road. And now, as you may know, by talking you can normally prevent his actions for the whole battle and win flawlessly. As I mentioned at the start though, we cannot talk with the girl. This means we're gonna have to face Francois full power. For this battle I tried to get the hard leather armor, which offers the highest protection against the fire damage possible, but we were unlucky. So we're gonna use the second best option, the trench coat, obtained guaranteedly by the Body Snatcher in the Tomb of the Gods. The trench coat reduces the damage by 60%, which against an opponent which mainly uses fire damage, you may understand, is a lot. And since I want to plan 4 steps ahead, let's also take the Old Passage key in the Tomb of the Gods, and let's go to defeat the Old Guardian in the Old Passage. This is gonna be very relevant later. The strat to defeat the Old Guardian is... Unga Bunga. Yeah, we were lucky he did not stun us with the boulder, but thanks to that, it's over. In hindsight, we could have done the same by cutting the nameless figure in arms, because it makes the Old Guardian lose his arms because of a bug. But we were able to do it without bugs, so I guess it's better. Take the Old Guardian soul, the fundamental plan we will have later. Let's go back to Francois. I'm gonna keep the Salmosnake soul for two reasons. First, it prevents limb loss from the left arm. And second, it protects from burning. Maybe you don't know it, but the Salmosnake soul prevents burning. In here, combustion goes a long way in dealing easily with the arms. And also fast attack we got before is very useful even here. To be fair, it's kinda ironic we are defeating the god which uses mainly fire damage with combustion of all things. And by the time we enter into phase 2, he's both poisoned and burnt on the torso. And our trenchcoat offers us enough protection to not care at all about his damage. There you have it. Francois, without talk, is not even able to kill a little girl. It's funny, every time I talk to people, they actually consider Francois this incredible obstacle if you don't use the talk option, even though here it was just fine. We used the trench coat, Salmosnake soul, and damage. Or maybe, to be fair, maybe the little girl is too powerful. Very soon I will regret this statement. So, here it's kinda tricky. In my rules, technically, I said it's gonna be girl solo, but for ending C, we need Legard in our party. So we're gonna do it like this. Let's go back to his cell, let's take Legard, we do not do any battles, and we go straight for the throne where he leaves the party, okay? Wait, for Polo, how is Legard still alive? Isn't he supposed to die after 30 minutes of playtime? You remember? We walked on the stairs while we were passing through the dungeon with Kahara. You see, Legard does die after 30 minutes, but the check of those 30 minutes is on the stairs. If you go there before 30 minutes of playtime, then the timer stops forever. This means you can even spend 5 hours without actually talking to Legard, he will still be alive. So now we can go to the cell very easily, take Legard, and let's go back to the throne room. Here it's revealed he was not doing his tasks in electrical and he was indeed an imposter. He ascends, yada yada yada, yeah, we follow him in the void, but not before backtracking a little bit, entering into the thicket and cutting off the last organ for later. Welcome to the void. Now, here we could skip Sylvian in the same way we did in the no looting challenge, but remember I said in the rules I have to kill all the bosses related to the ending? I don't know if you know this, but defeating Sylvian solo without Locust Swarm... You see, with Locust Swarm it's kinda manageable, because you can stun the tentacles, so when you get entangled they don't deal damage and you have more time to recover, but we don't have Locust Swarm. There is no scroll in the game which teaches that. The only ways to get it are Empty Scroll, which is banned, and the Hexen, which doesn't work. Welcome to Reset Extravaganza. Let me explain the strategy. This is strategy! The torso of Sylvian has only a 10% chance of being burnt, and it's completely immune to poison. So you enter into the battle, you use combustion and hope to get the 10% chance. You don't? Reset. If you do, you're in for the real deal. 3 turns. 3 turns where you will deeply suffer mentally. At the end of the first turn, she uses Entangle, which blocks your actions for 2 whole turns, reduces your HP every turn by 10, and during these turns, she's also gonna have a 50% chance with each tentacle to attack you for a damage which is not reduced by any equipment. You have to pray to Olmir to survive until the end of these turns. And the battle is still not over! The tumor now appears, adding more potential damage to the opponent. You cannot understand the frustration I felt when I failed Ragnavaldr coin flip again! Oh. After failing against the normal Ragnavaldr, now I fail against this. I hate Ragnavaldr so much! And so the attempts went on and on and on until he appeared. Got the milk. The one who started it all. The one who put us in this situation from the beginning. He's finally back with the milk. And we were ready. That's my plan. The old Guardian Soul breaks, giving us one last hope to win the battle. The girl was finally able to defeat an old god, all with her own strength, without having access to Locust Swarm, the arguably best spell to use against Sylvian. All of this leads us to the final confrontation with our father, the one who left his own daughter behind to gain the power to change, the same person which now will die because of us. The one piece of the puzzle they did not consider, the one piece they did not care about, that they didn't think was gonna be a problem. Legard taught her how to fight, oh, so cute. And it's kinda anticlimactic. Burn, poison, GG. Yeah. He has very low HP, and even though we cannot guard the coin flip, there was no coin flip, we won beforehand. Easy. Ending C obtained, and now we have to do ending A and B. The door to the gauntlet is already opened thanks to our preparation, and we can go in the hardest zone of the dungeon. Not really that hard, honestly. We have a few bear traps, White Angel to escape the battles. You just have to go around, there are a couple of spikes, yeah, take the damage, then heal after you pass all of them. It's not really that difficult if you think about it. Like, literally, the most problematic parts are the blades, because I was accidentally not paying attention and I died, and that was a weird death animation, because we are supposed to be the marriage, but we are the girl, so we spawn a pair of legs. Okay. But soon enough, we are at level 9, the lair of Garogoroth. And there is a little problem. So, as you know, here the girl leaves the party and becomes God of Fear and Hunger. So, she leaves the party. What happens if she's the only party member? That when we start the battle, we have no party members, so the battle finishes. But, since it's bugged, because we are not supposed to be able to finish the battle like this, the event keeps going on. The girl crumbles a little bit more, and we restart the battle. The battle finishes. The girl suffers. Start the battle, battle finishes. The girls suffer, start the battle, battle finishes. Yeah, congratulations, you achieved ending F, being able to witness forever to the painful and infinite transformation of the girl. So, yeah, we cannot either do ending B or ending A, unfortunately, because of the conditions the game put us in. So, let's have some fun, shall we? I'm gonna remove one little rule, but only for one use and one use only. Oh Lord, teach phase. Now, I think you're gonna be interested. If you just phase out of the screen a little and walk away, you will find something interesting. On contrary to popular belief, I did not create these dungeons. They created me. What you see is just me reflecting them. It's an evil message, I know. But it has to be said. Yes, in the game there is still one way to experience the battle against the God of Fear and Hunger with the girl, and it's exactly what we needed. We can finally face ourselves. We can finally see if the power of the girl is stronger than the power of the god she would have become with the normal ending. The strategy I used is White Angel Soul plus Fast Attack. Why? Because the final phase of the God of Fear and Hunger has 20 agility. So if we want an extra turn, we need double that. 20 with White Angel, 40 with Fast Attack. The most important thing you can do in the early phases is to try to always remove poison or bleeding from you. When we arrive to the final phase, we have to constantly stay above 80 HP. Because the God of Fear and Hunger has a very special coin flip. If we miss the coin flip, he can use either Pure Fear or Pure Hunger, where Pure Hunger is a move that deals around 75 HP of damage. Long story short, if we stay below 80 HP, there is always a chance we can immediately die. But after you're slowly able to apply a couple of dots on the god, you can just spend time healing and relaxing. With this, the girl definitely proved to be more powerful than the god she's supposed to transform into. Humanity still has a hope, and that hope is the girl. And with that, we achieve ending... guess. Yeah, this battle, for some reason, gives you the S ending of the main character you started the game with. It's probably some cut content where you were originally supposed to get the S endings or something, maybe? So, I can't believe I'm saying this, guys, but Kahara, Enki, Ragnvaldr, and Darcy, S ending completed in the girl only! Oh, fantastic. I'm clapping myself, by the way, I'm clapping myself in this moment. This was peak cinema for me. But I am still not satisfied. I am still waiting for another chance to exchange attacks with my favorite enemy of the game. So, let's do something. I'm gonna edit the files to allow me to fight Grogroth using the girl. And we can have a nice and funny battle. What do you think, guys? Do you like the idea? Yeah? Then let's do this. Permanent phobia. A timer on our head. Minuscule defenses. And a dream. Is everything we have in this battle. With my strategy, to win we have to parade that he misses Claw of a God at least one time. It's a 10% chance. Then, if everything works, at the end of the turn you will reach 0 HP. But we have the Old Guardian Soul. There is a peculiarity. Did you notice the Old Guardian Soul did not get consumed? It's a little bug in this battle. Long story short, the attacks of the eyes happen at the end of the turn, after the Old Guardian Soul checks how many HP you have. So as long as we don't go to 0 HP in the normal part of the turn, we can keep the Old Guardian Soul forever. Even though here, I think, screw this, I literally have access to the possibility of putting multiple dots immediately to make the fight even shorter. Let's do this! I don't care about my HP anymore. The Old Guardian will save us. We can put Burn and Poison at the same time. 2000 HP of damage every turn. Grogroth has 6000 HP in 3 turns. Before the timer runs out, the battle is already over. And with that, the yet not transformed God of Fear and Hunger asserted dominance on the God of Destruction. Look at this fool. Thinking we cannot comprehend the true form of fear, while you are talking to the literal god of fear and hunger. Ending B completed. And that's it for today's challenge. Did you like it? Honestly, for me, it was very funny to actually make a challenge which is not focused around particular mechanics or anything, no. It's just a different starting party member. Also, this made me realize why I will never want to do a Demon Baby only run, because it's literally this challenge run, but without even the accessory slot, so I think I'm gonna skip that one for now. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, because that's gonna help me a lot. If there are any particular challenges you would like to see, just let me know in the comments. But for now, I was once again Frappollo94, and I will see you next time.